It's my great pleasure to be able to say a few words about Katie. I remember discussions back in 2007. Trevor Ames, who had recently become the dean of the college, and I followed up in his footsteps as department chair of veterinary population medicine. We were brainstorming, do we want to really take a risk of hiring a wildlife veterinarian, someone who had completed their PhD and was working at the Smithsonian? She was a graduate of our veterinary program, but this was risky. She espoused ecosystem health as something that was really kind of outside the norm for our discussions at the vet school. This faculty member would be radically different from our traditional thinking, at least at the time. We decided to take a small step, not a big step. We hired her as a part-time, 75%, and as a contract faculty, as an experiment back then. Wow, was this experiment a paradigm shift for the department, for the college, and for the University of Minnesota. We are now here in 2019 talking about this Global Engagement Award for Katie Pelican. In preparing the letter of support that I sent, I first looked, because I wasn't really sure, what the criteria was, and of course I looked for the great scientific reference, Wikipedia, for the definition of global engagement. And funny as it is, Katie's picture showed up. Maybe it was a dream, I don't know. So I would like to present to you some of the reasons why, kind of like David Letterman might say on The Tonight Show. What are the top 10 reasons for Katie Pelican in this award? Number 10, being the PI project director for two of the largest institutional international grants at the University of Minnesota. The USAID Respond program from 2009 to 2014, and the $60+ million USAID One Health Workforce project from 2015 to 2020. Number 9, being instrumental in putting the University of Minnesota and our college as a leader and doer of the One Health concept. Many have claimed ownership of One Health. Katie has shown the world that the University of Minnesota is a leader in One Health. Breaking down silos. Now you've heard that term. We in St. Paul actually like silos. Silos are associated with storage of animal feed. That's a good thing. However, it's not a good thing when silos are present when you're attempting interdisciplinary science, collaborations across colleges, departments, centers. Katie recognized from day one the strengths of the University of Minnesota, but recognized we were in silos. She set out from day one to try to break down those silos, and she's been highly successful in doing that. Number 7, by the promotion of ecosystem health. As a wildlife veterinarian interested in all our 3 important missions of extension, teaching, and outreach, she came to us with this passion and a mission to promote not only ecosystem health, but through international partnerships, international relationships. Speaking of partnerships, that's number 6, building partnerships. She has partnered or participated in partnerships with WHO, FAO, USDA, FDA, OIE, State Department. I started to read some of those things to somebody. Somebody said, what do they all mean? Government agencies, Katie not only knows what they mean, but has worked closely in grants, contracts, workshops, conferences, of all those. Building partnerships too, are my number 5. She's partners with universities throughout the world, notably through Africa, such as Makerere University, but in Indonesia, Thailand, and many other places, and partnered with all the way from their faculty to the leaders, the deans. Number 4, by recruiting, training, mentoring, international students, postdocs, faculty. She's created a pathway for exceptional scientists and individuals. To name a few, Innocent Riego, one of our assistant professors in the department. Michael Mahara, another upcoming faculty member in the department. Dominic Travis, who just got tenured in our department. Katie brought to the University of Minnesota, even though he's a Michigan State grad. Number 3, your unrelenting enthusiasm for traveling, for meeting new people. It's been both infectious, one could even say it's been somewhat of a pandemic. Number 2, there's many more bees, and I'm not aware of any of the honey making ones she's been involved with, but I wouldn't doubt it. But bees such as big projects, big responsibilities, big reputation, Katie thinks big when it comes to projects and to the University of Minnesota. Number 1, to be or not to be like Katie. She has mentored faculty, students, postdocs from across the globe. She's created a pathway for international scholars to work within the University of Minnesota to address the grand challenges. She was using that term before the University of Minnesota was using that term to address grand challenges. As the Beatles so eloquently stated, let it be, Katie Pelican. I think that's what they had in the word. Let it be Katie Pelican for this award. I thank you so much for all what you have done and what more you're going to do for the University of Minnesota. Congratulations.